So turn 45 and that heavy snow has kicked in, and as you can see, can't see much at all. So that was a weather forecast. It's not a given that you're going to get that weather when they say 20 minutes late, but never mind, we do have it, so that's good. So to that end, what did he do first of all? Well, I think he just carried on moving his Prussian cavalry back, and he moved some cavalry up here. Surprisingly, these guys were charged by these lancers, Lvovsk, Uhlans. Anyway, they held their ground. So well done, boys. You held your ground. They're now isolated, so we will bring them back. I'll do that while I'm here. Oh, okay. So what was he doing here? He was bringing guns, of course, and infantry. So I've got to have that in mind. Last time we had this snow. How long is it going to last? Light snow by 1400. So we've got not many turns, four turns to do something. So I'm going to probably move these guys back up. They're not that well rested, but just in case they're needed to be called into action again, if any infantry appear out of the snow, I'm going to move them back up. What else did he do? He pushed some units back here. There we go. They are well and truly routed. Of course, he fired on some guns, and he started sort of pulling out. I had a quiet word and said, you know, disordered units, we're not meant to attack with them. Cavalry, okay, a push if you really have to, and once they're charging, but we don't attack with disordered units. It's got to be a unit that isn't disordered, and just be careful of your cavalry stacking, because over here, unfortunately, annoyingly, spent ages bringing the guard around, the guard cavalry, should I say, and only to find 300, 400, 500 cavalry in one stack. Little bit annoying, put it that way, but not the end of the world. He moved some guns over here, I've seen, and he set some guns up in the middle, so it's going to be business as usual, and tidying up. That's the plan, really. Got a bit of a gap in the line there, so I might have to just keep an eye on it, maybe put some skirmishers out just in case he pushes anything forward. But there we go, so I'll move what I have to move and get back to you when I start attacking. I was trying to think there, have I ever played out a battle that's had just so much cavalry in the south? I was just thinking, there's so much cavalry everywhere. 80,000 troops each side, yeah, it's a lot, but it always seems that the opponent always has more than you do, and I'd say we're probably even on cavalry. It certainly feels like he's got more. They just seem to be never ending and appear from nowhere. Right, we'll get straight into it then. Up here, top end, Althoff, where the Prussians are, I just put some cavalry in, sort of a show of strength, just so he knows that I'm still around, but I'm not going over that terrain and over the river to attack him. Certainly not whilst we've got this bad weather. We can attack with some units up here, more a case of tidying up rather than sort of going on the attack. We did there. Here, I don't think we've got many. 65 against all that lot. No, so they can stay where they are. Continued moving these guys forward. It's going to be hard going. It's going to be slow going. But we still got lots and lots of time. Now these guys can charge. They've only got 11. Right, you can. Up you go. Straight into the guns. And backed up by the 3rd Hussars. No, oh dear. All on these guys. Whoops. Okay, misjudged that one a little bit. Bring them here, turn them round, hopefully they'll sort themselves out next time. Not much went on here. I don't know 4 hexes, so our guns won't be able to see everything. Just to try and rescue these guys here. All souls there with them. Maybe that's why they actually survived that attack, actually. And there's a lot of them, and they're doing okay. They are isolated, but we'll try our best to protect them. We send a square up. I think that's what we'll do, actually. We'll put some skirmishers in the town that I brought back a few turns ago. That infantry's around somewhere, isn't it? But I will move some squares out, just to give them a bit of protection when they do get back. Okay. Who's that? Kind of anonymous. He's on every side. So we'll move these skirmishers up here. Can they take him? No, I don't have enough. No problem. Right, around Eylau, I sorted everything out. Brought some troops up and just basically made it look a little bit tidier. I had more troops than I thought there. When you see them all sort of organised like that, it doesn't look so bad. Started to put out a skirmisher line or Y in it just for that gap in the middle. Hopefully he doesn't know that that's a weak point of mine. There's a victory point down there in Rotherham. But he'll be hard pressed to get it, I hope. Up here, we've got some troops ready to attack, I hope. No, not so far. Got these guys here. Soften up with some... okay. So infantry down rather than artillery up, remember? And then we should be able to fire on them. Healthy. 100, 100. Fire on... Oh, so we can't fire for heavy snow, so it's all artillery now. Okay. I'll take them. They should have the range. See, they're on the bottom, but they can fire. Bizarre sometimes. Maybe it's just heavy guns. Okay, that was nice. Brought a gun up onto this high ground. I also took out the guys that were... should I take them up as well? I think I will actually. Use the snow to the advantage. And so I'll bring a few batteries up into that high ground. And them as well, why not? Just because he has a lot of infantry up here and some guns of his own. These guys, I think they're good to go, yeah. So it's all sort of melee stuff now. Fire artillery. Nice attack. Horse artillery... No. Okay, on the cavalry. How are they still going? And we can't can't melee. You can melee cavalry with infantry if they're in an obstructed hex, but as they're not in an obstructed hex, obviously, we can't do anything. Okay, and we're gonna get Bagavut. Okay, we'll take him. Major General, happy with that. That's a bit of a coup. So we'll bring these troops up and continue as well with these guys. What have we got there? Not that fresh. Can they come across? Possibly? No. Okay, well, it's worth a go. Okay, happy. And then carried on moving my cavalry through that gap there. These guys are all acting as a shield. I haven't got many to charge with this turn, I don't think. So I'll have a go at them. Good. And then these guns. Murat, he's going to have to get out of the way of those guns. Got a lot of leaders there. Grouchy's there as well. I limited up the guns and got on the move here. What we will do here, we have a charge available with these, just to clear up some of this marauding cavalry and units that we find all the time behind our lines. Now, up here, he's disordered. He isn't. He is disordered. I'll move those guns around. I don't think I can fire on anyone. I could do... I need to try and get these guns, ideally. I thought I would have the legs from some cavalry to get them. Bit of a crazy mission, that one. Just go on their own and get them. They won't have the legs to do it, but we will bring them up for next time. Okay, they are a bit exposed, but hopefully some of this cavalry will be good to go on the next turn. So, over in the far right. Guard cavalry, straight back into the action, and we'll have a charge. suffering, but they're pushing them back. At least he hasn't got these big stacks. Saying, oh, okay, fair enough. Okay. Chasseur Chevals and some Grenadier Chevals. What can you do? Bezier with them. Bezier with them. And I move these guys off as well. Now I'm wary, there's guns here, so I have to try and take advantage as much as possible. Whilst this weather's bad, to try and disrupt, get in amongst them around Berkarten as much as possible. Can't do anything here, move them into square. Can't fire on them. Can't do anything with them. So yeah, it's a bit of a nothing turn that. They're there to protect, act as a sort of a shield, just so everybody can freely move behind them, that he doesn't risk it, as these two guns are here as well. And I don't think I've got much more I can or want to do, unless I bring some troops up and yeah, start pushing them back. They're in line. 100, they should be able to do that, surely. Perfect. And bring some light troops up as well. Okay. Clear a bit of space. Who else is not disrupted? They're disrupted. They can't cross the river anyway. They will disrupt if I bring them into the town, so I won't do that. Supply. I have to learn from my Talavera video. Supply is important. And I don't think there's a major amount I can do now. Whose skirmishers can come back there. A little bit of protection. We charge with them. Are they going to charge? I'm not. No, I'm going to wait till the Chasseur Cheval sort themselves out. He's probably going to counter charge with those dragoons. Never mind, I do have faith in my cavalry. So, what we'll do, turn 45, every 5 turns or so, we'll have a quick look at victory. So what's he on? Well, I've lost about 10,000 now. We're on 51 guns, 6,000 infantry, 4,000 cavalry, 14 leaders, and he's lost over 16,000 infantry with those really heavy stacks that he keeps using against me. 8,000 cavalry and more guns than me now. That's because we were quite lucky and seem to just be able to overrun some guns at will almost, which is quite rare. Sometimes you'll find you just cannot beat artillery with anything that you've got, whether they're limbered or unlimbered. To get them from behind, you're charging. However, it seemed to prove I'm a liar or something in this case. So he's lost 60 guns and some supplies and 24 leaders. So he's got some costly attacks. We're whittling away at his numbers. Get these guys up into the woods. You get out the way as well. And let's have a look at leaders. Have we lost anybody since we checked last time? So yeah, we said Le Peace went last time. La Boussière. I can't pronounce French names. I'm very bad at doing that. I struggle to do British names sometimes. And we lost another. Okay, in this cavalry fighting. But he's lost quite a few heavy ones as well. Quite a few top brass. There we go. Look at that. Last time. Right, I'll send that over and get back to you on the flip side. Okay, 46 then, and yeah, not a huge amount happened. Up in the north, he fired upon some hussars here and they just were vaporised, wiped off the face of the map. He attacked with these guys, we held firm. He moved some cavalry up onto that ridge line. Here he tried again, but Marshal Soult sorted the boys out and they didn't actually get anywhere. He attacked some skirmishers here, nothing happened in the centre. Here he moved some troops down, he tried to attack around here, unlimbered some guns, and he keeps moving everybody back around sort of east or northeast of Sarpalin. Up here, a lot of cavalry action, and he basically charged everywhere he could onto the guard cavalry, so it's going to get interesting out there as well. It's a big stack, but yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so it'll be business as usual, and that's the situation in the south. And if we have a look at the jump map overall, quite a big gap opening up here. Not too worried about it because that southern sector are all going to hopefully sweep northwest in a little bit. Around Eylau I'm ready for anything. I'm moving forward here pretty strong. In the north I'm going to go and get some Prussians. We saw some infantry somewhere around here before. So yeah, I'll get moving and get back to you. I'm back into it just to at the end of that turn. In the north, keeping my cavalry where they are. Haven't really moved anybody, but we do have some charges available. And we'll try and just sort out this Prussian cavalry that's up here. Been here for a while now. They can, but yeah, we'll have a go. Just to try and get them back onto their side of the river. Okay, wasn't great. We've got a leader there. They're going to charge. Now, headlong. But we did bring some cavalry last time. Okay, one squadron can. They survived last time. Units not allowed to make requested move. What? Okay. Okay, that was a little bit pointless. Okay, fair enough. So we'll bring you up here, bring you up here. We've got a charge there. We do indeed. And one here. So try and push them back. Which we do. Come up and yep. Carried on getting this division. There's only one crossing point here, so it's slow, steady going. But as I said, we've got time. This division managed to get back with Saul, or we managed to get a little bit closer into some protection. Can we fire on these guys? Hopefully we can. And they might also be in... They are. He's moving some cavalry up along this ravine, so we'll move that square forward. Can they see him? They can. And a lot of them. Good. He's got some I'm starting to bring my skirmishers back a little bit. Eylau is as Eylau was. Nothing major there, but we'll bring those skirmishers up. Put out a bit of a screen. Around here it's going to be a bit messy again. I don't have a huge amount of units. I'll move some artillery forward. Huge amount of units that can actually attack. I sort of brought them up. They can't do anything. They can't do anything. I know they're disordered. I know they're tired, but they're sort of just blocking that high ground. I'm just a little bit wary now of what might be up there. So these Chasseurs Chevals, when they come north from their scouting mission, I just was sort of wary that there might be some disrupted Cossacks or something behind the lines here. That's why they're all that way out there. And you can carry on going up towards, where's that, Sardinen. So that's why I moved them there. Let me just get back to the centre. Yeah, so there's not a huge amount of units in this turn. There's a lot of disorderment. So we do have some cavalry that we can use though. Prime on there, we've got a routed unit and on the side of them. Okay. Got a lot of them I suppose. Get these dragoons out of the way. Get these guys up to this square. And see if they can't force them back. Attacking from the high ground with the leader. I think squares are so powerful, even with artillery. I mean, in real life, artillery would massacre a square. You think it pass through one or two rows, go through the middle of the square, and then pass into the back of another 2 or 3 rows. But in the game, it doesn't seem to have a realistic effect, in my opinion, on squares. And column against square. Okay, alright, it's as, you know, one of the nuances of the game, as they say. Carry on. They look like Cossacks, yeah. Nice. Got some infantry there. Okay, one. And that's it. The charge took 1 hex. Okay, bizarre. And then up here, we've got to charge these guns. We've got to get these guns out of the way. So you can take the offensive fire out of the way, and we'll charge it here. Good. Good, good, good. You moved those troops back. We don't have anyone really that we can go in and get those guns, which is a little bit annoying. Okay. Here we do have a charge just to get these bloody... not Cossacks, are they? No, Dragoons. And quite a few of them as well. Okay, so that's them sorted out. We'll bring these guys up. And do we have... no, there's an awful lot of infantry there. Better suited to cavalry, I think. So, to that end, we'll try and sort some cavalry out for some charges maybe next time on this high ground. Bring them forward a little bit. There you go, from the high ground, bring that forward, bring these guys forwards. Up as well. And you, and you. I think I'll bring one of these batteries up as well. Now we have got a lot of routed units here in the woods, hundreds, and I left these guys here for that very purpose. We're going to lose a bit of a charging bonus. A, we haven't got a leader, and B, we're going into the woods. But, I thought that might happen. Right, where do we get to with the guard cavalry? Good thing about the guard cavalry, you charge them a lot. However, these are some fantastic units. You know, the best cavalry in the game probably, or some of the best cavalry for certain, and they don't disorder and run away as readily as other cavalry. So, luckily, they're in the midst of it. Okay, these guys have, but we're going to save the day here. Yeah, so these guys, they are some strong cavalry, and we're going to hopefully save the rest of the guard cavalry. Saying that, look at that, that was feeble, a feeble attempt. Would have got Mamelukes and Chasseurs Chevals. Don't have the legs, okay. Grenadier à Cheval with guard and some Grenadier à Cheval. Nice, you Grenadier, the gods. Push them back. Have we got a charge with these guys? I don't think we do actually. We will with these guys. In the same... oh, from there. I'll tell you what, I'll go in the same stack. Okay. Can't continue, so I'll sort that stack out next turn. Not a major issue. Didn't attack with them all at once, that was my issue before. I would have thought these guys won't have the legs either. Nope. And we'll pull you back one, turn you around, and face that way. So I think get these units into the woods out of the way. It'll be hard for their cavalry to follow then. I think there's not much more I can actually do on this turn. That gun battery there will keep it where it is. Skirmisher line going out there, just to double check this area. We can't actually do anything. Might pull them back one just out the way of the guns, or they won't be as effective. Pull them there. They're disordered. A lot of troops disordered around this Sir Palin. Yeah, so that's the end of turn 46, and the snow is going to disappear in about 3, maybe 4 turns. Not looking too bad. Certainly on for a major victory, and I think well deserved. Held my own where he's attacked. It's been a little bit piecemeal. He made a little bit of a hodgepodge of it, but he has caused me some problems around Eylau and in that southern flank as well. Alright, so we'll continue next turn.